morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope that you are off to a good start to your week today. And I'm actually on holiday this week. How delightful. It's nice to have a little moment to recharge and settle into my new house a little bit more. And I'm grateful to be here with all of you. Thank you for coming in to join. Today we are talking about rituals for movement. And what I really want to emphasize in this is that rituals with movement do not have to be long. They don't have to be complicated. It is really about having a moment to actually just tune into yourself, connect to your body, set some intentions for your day, and then step into whatever the next piece is for you in your day ahead. So I'd love to offer just a few really simple movement pieces that you can do just to get connected, to notice where your body's at, notice how your joints are moving, maybe ease some of those morning stiff areas up, and get going. So let's jump in. If you would like to come to standing, I'm just going to back up so you can see my whole body today. And we're going to start with kind of a ragdoll rolling down the front of the body so that you can stretch out through your lower back. So we're going to allow the chin to come down to the chest, and even in that there's a little opportunity to release some tension on the back of the neck. And I almost imagine your body like candle dripping wax down the side of it, and let your knees be quite soft, bouncy, and open. And start to roll through the front of your body. Now, depending on your body, you may find that you just want to go down to, say, like your hands onto your knees, and that might be far enough, especially if that whole back line is really tight for you. And then you could simply roll back up from there, coming back up to re-engage. Do open your eyes as you come back up if they happen to close on the way back down, and let the light from the room around you come in. This is a really important part of a ritual for waking up, is to get the light into our eyes. Let's do that again. And if the invitation is there for you, you're going to keep going past your knees. You can think of your upper body bending in and your lower body tucking under here. So we're getting this kind of cranial sacral tugging gently down. There's a little bit of belly engagement here, so we've got that sort of cylinder of support around the entire torso, hanging down to the bottom. And rather than fully slumping your shoulders out of the sockets, I would recommend just a little bit kind of integrating your arms into you so that your head and neck are really free. And we could just give the head a gentle little shake out one way, and then the other, little yeses and nos. And then reintegrating again back into that roll up, keeping your shoulder blades with you. And coming back up, opening up through the fronts of your hips, stretching back up, opening out through your chest. We're going to do that one more time, just a little quicker this time. Roll it down, reaching down towards the ground. Maybe there's a little more space this time as you come down. Maybe you can start to feel a little pull into the hamstrings as well as your entire back. And again, knees are still soft. It's really tempting to walk your knees out on this move, so definitely keep that open joint as you're working through it. It'll allow your spine to bend a little more easily. Great, all the way back up to the top. As you come back up, just bring your chin back down to your chest and start to do little half neck rolls, one way and then the other. And again, as you're doing this, let your eyes start to see the room. Notice the colors, textures, the shapes. If this is feeling good for you, you're going to take it right around into a full circle. Do a couple one way, and then the other way. And a little emphasis on your breath is never a bad thing here, so you can definitely put some attention into that. Then come on back up through the center. Let's just get a little bounce through the knees, a little shaking through the arms, and we're going to start to let this swing a bit. So I'm definitely going to move the feet as I do this so that we're not letting the knees twist too much and letting the arms sort of propel us around, bouncing and swinging. If you tend to be someone who loses your balance quite easily, you could let this be a little smaller. Hovering it back through center. Getting some of that rotation into our thoracic spine, or where our ribs are. Very useful for opening up some spaces where it allows us to breathe a little more easily. Let's take one more moment with that and then come on back to center again. Letting that release, you're going to go ahead and grab the wrist of one hand and start to give that arm a little pull out and away from you. You can shine your palm forward and lean into the side of your ribs. You can bend your knee, stretch back. And looking down through your gaze here, maybe you can get a nice big stretch all the way down the side of the ribs, into the hip maybe even. That gentle pull on the arm generally feels pretty good. And releasing, we'll do that side again. It's a big sweeping motion around, pressing into it. Yeah, letting it go. Let's go the other way, grabbing the wrist, arc it around. Push back into the ribs. So I do just a little sit into the support legs and bending it into a little bit of a single leg squat and pressing the ribs back in towards that arcing shape. Opening out that side body. Letting it go. Do that again. Reach and sweep. Opening it up. And letting that go. Good. Bringing your legs back in underneath you. You can interlock your fingers here and then start to push the palms forward. Let your head drop down so you've got that round shape again. And then start to press your arms up and begin to lift up through your chest. Try not to just pop your ribs forward so you can keep your knees a little soft here. Opening up the chest towards the ceiling. Let your arms release and swing them back behind you. Interlock your fingers there again. Press back through the arms here, giving the chest a little opening. And then release your arms. We'll do this again. Interlocking the fingers, go forward, around spine, tucking your ears in between your arms if it's possible. And then up to the ceiling, opening out. Again, we're not locking those knees, but we are stretching the legs straight. And releasing all the way back and around. And press back through the palms here to open the chest. A little stretch in the front of the throat. Letting that go again. Good. Gives our shoulders a little roll. Back and around. Up, back and around. So I'm hoping that you're feeling a little more energized and blood flow. You've noticed some of the places that are a little bit tight and tender. And you could choose all of these. You could choose one of these to practice first thing in the morning, just to connect in, see how your body's feeling, and then go from there. If you'd like, I'm also going to offer one little cardiovascular piece that you can do as well to get your heart rate up, which is also really enlivening, and that is to do a few jumping jacks together. So let's start it small and bring your legs together, and we'll do it one-sided at a time, stepping it out and back, out and back. And this might be your version of jumping jacks today, and that's awesome. I'll celebrate if this feels like a nice place where you can feel your heart rate increase just a little bit. It feels like a little bit of work. And if you're ready to take it into a full jack, we're going to jump it open and back, open and back. Your arms don't need to touch overhead, but they might. And back, and back. And you can pick up the pace if that feels good to you. And get a nice little bounce going here. And let's go for 3, 2, 1, and let it go. You can keep going if that feels good to you. I encourage you to do as many as it feels comfortable for your body, where you feel like you've got your breath going and you feel in control and capable. And you don't feel like you're winding yourself totally. You could still talk if you wanted to. Okay, my friends, that is our Movement Monday today. I hope that you can build your own rituals. Sometimes it's really, really simple. It might mean even just lying in bed and doing some stretches, some twists, pulling a knee to your chest. You make it what you need it to be, but definitely taking 2 to 5 minutes to connect inward every single day. So helpful for building in these rituals and this connection to self and self-care. So if you aren't already signed up, we'd love for you to come join us for our September Self-Care Challenge. It is starting on September 6th, and it's in your newsletter to come and join us. So hopefully you see it there. I can drop the link here down as well. Okay, take very good care, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye.